My dear people, how are you? This is Dr. Venkat. I'm very happy to be here with all of you. Let us jump straight into the focus for today, shall we? The three fundamental needs for human life are food, clothing, and shelter. Let us look at shelter for today, shall we? Hmm? With the increasing global population, it is becoming more and more difficult for people to have affordable homes. Think of the homelessness that are plaguing in each of our countries, in our communities. Every person deserves a dignified life, and having an affordable home, an affordable shelter is a fundamental part of it. What are we going to do about it in the future? What are we doing currently about it? How can engineering and engineering skills be used as a tool to explore and to provide solution for this important social problem? And that is what my very good friend and colleague, Dr. Elisa, is looking at. Her work looks at how to ensure that the buildings or the structures are created in a sustainable manner and that they last for a long time. Well, more than me talking about it, let us just say hello to Dr. Elisa and ask her. Elisa, you're very welcome to our program. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Elisa Bertolesi and I'm a senior lecturer in civil engineering here at Cardiff University. So, my research focuses on monitoring existing structures and developing sustainable materials and also preserving existing structures with a focus on historic structures. So, my work helps make structures more durable, safer, and more sustainable.
Elisa, can you please say what you mean by structures?
So, a structure is anything that you can see around you, and it can be designed with a specific aim. For example, if you are studying in a school or a university, anything that is around you in the classroom can be classified as a structure. So, as a civil engineer, we look at very big structures, for example, your home, for example, bridges, universities, and we try to understand how this structure can be, let's say, made more durable and can cope with existing actions, for example, because of climate change and changes in the environment.
Fantastic, Elisa, making durable structures. Now, can you please tell us why is it important to make a structure durable?
We want to use materials, natural materials, in a very efficient way. We want to minimize waste. So, if we can design methodologies or materials so that they can last longer, and also if we can, for example, make this material more sustainable in the sense that we will use part of the waste that we generate as human beings, that will have a very important impact on the environment and also our society.
That is really good, Elisa. Can you also let us know what role engineering plays in creating social justice and peace?
I think engineering has a very important role to play. I think that engineering can help in many different ways. For example, developing more sustainable materials, but also, for example, helping communities becoming more resilient. For example, improving disaster preparedness is something that is becoming very relevant. So, yeah, engineering can help in many ways.
Really interesting, Elisa. Can you please give us some examples?
The first example was a work that I have developed in the past when I was a postdoctoral researcher in Spain, and I have worked to understand the behavior of existing bridges, steel bridges. So the idea in that case was to, well, try to detect possible anomalies in these bridges, and treat these bridges as a sort of a patient when the patient goes to a doctor, and try to understand what might went wrong in the past in the construction or during their lifespan, and try to propose strategies to improve their behavior and also extend their lifespan. So that was a very important job because some of these existing structures were in use, and they are still in use nowadays, but also they have a cultural value, so they are architecturally important structures for the region, which was Valencian region. Another example from my current research is related on the developing of strengthening materials. So I'm currently working on developing materials that can be applied on different structures, for example schools, for example even ancient structures, to extend their lifespan and improve again their behavior in the future.
These are very interesting research that you're conducting, Elisa. Can you please let us know, in simple terms, of course, how to increase the lifespan of an ancient cultural building? Let's say the Colosseum. My dear people, I am asking Elisa about the Colosseum because Dr. Elisa is from Italy, just like me being from the south of India. So, Elisa, please.
This is, in my opinion, a very interesting topic. So when you try to do that, a very important preliminary step is to essentially understand the structure that you are studying. So it's very important to understand what materials were used, if it is an ancient structure like a Colosseum, what is the architectural value beyond the engineering technical details. So that's one step. And the second step is to understand what material is more compatible with the building materials. And then there are different ways to extend the lifespan of structures. The particular type of reinforcing materials I'm focusing in my research is essentially an externally applied layer that can be customized depending on the surface, and can be also made it designed in a way that is very compatible with the existing material, and it also performs and will perform in the future as expected.
Can you please let us know what the students can do to create a change?
I think they need to be curious, I'd say. This is what I say always to my undergraduate students. I just need one thing from you, to be curious and ask questions. So that's the first thing. I also think they can seek advice from us. So we academics, we are very happy to involve students in our research activities. This can be achieved in many different ways, through dissertations, internships, or just just a tour in the lab to show you what we do and what we focus on. I also think that students can, for example, be or engage with the community projects. There are many international organizations interested in this kind of projects, so they can seek advice from us, and then they can try to, let's say, again, be curious and engage with these activities. And I'd say last thing, I think they should go beyond the technical details and try to understand, for example, the social, environmental, cultural aspects, because those are very important aspects that we always take into consideration when we design, for example, a research activity, and we plan for that.
Elisa, that was wonderful. One of the passions that I have and one of the visions for me personally is to encourage more diversity, more female in STEM. And as a female in engineering, do you have any words of advice to the female students who are listening to you, especially with the International Women's Day just around the corner?
Okay, so I think it's very important for us women in engineering to promote the same career for other women. I had a similar experience because when I was in Italy, I have experienced a classroom which was 80% male dominated, but that didn't stop me. It really doesn't matter, and I encourage you all to try to reach out and also ask questions, seek advice, seek support. We are here to support you and other women in engineering.
Elisa, it was so good to have you with us, and we wish you all the very best in your research and looking forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks once again, Elisa. Bye.